In this video, I'm going to be debunking atheism. So first I would like to say, despite the title, you can't really debunk atheism. Atheism is a belief, and first of all, atheists wouldn't even allow it. But it's a belief, and you can't debunk a belief. You can only change the person's mind on it. Now, another thing, you can claim me to be ignorant, you could correct my grammar, you can act like you contain some type of intellectual high ground, but nonetheless, this is ironic because atheism has no basis for even understanding, so you can't claim my ignorance if you can't even justify the fact of my ignorance. Nonetheless, atheism has no basis for morals, and I'm going to explain that because apparently with all the explanations and all the things that have been contrary to what atheists say is the basis of morals or how morals even came about, all of this, it's still not clearly understood, which doesn't really make any sense to me. So let's assume that morals is the product of a random evolutionary process, which is claimed by atheism, which, if you don't claim that it's random, I like how Frank Turek puts this, if it's not random, if it's not a random process, then it has to be guided by some type of conscience or mind. So it'd be contrary to what you believe if it was not random. But basically, if morality is a part of a process that is random, then all of our thoughts would also be a part of this process. Therefore, our thoughts and reason itself would be random, and we would not be able to trust our capability to think or reason a distinction between right and wrong. So let's talk about morals. Now, with this idea of moral subjectiveness, if morality is subjective, which it is, and although there is variance between morality and cultures, there is still a fundamental or foundational consistency between all of them, and you can beat around the bush all day with this, but it is true. Anyways, if morals are subjective, then the basis of which we reason, which is what is right or wrong, the basis of us even reasoning that is also subjective, but reason can't be subjective because you would have to claim that statement of saying reason is subjective would have to be an objective statement. There's not anything behind that. Another thing is, now that you can't reason, like you can't reason because that'd be circular reasoning. Therefore, you'd have to use reality to explain reason. But reality itself is also the product of random evolutionary process. Therefore, reality itself is subjective, and we would have to again assume that our thoughts and reason is also subjective, which doesn't make any sense because there has to be an objectivity to it. And therefore, not being able to trust your thoughts and even my thoughts because you have no reason to reason the validity of anything that we think or reason. Now, I would think this is really easy to understand. You can say that this kid has no idea what he's talking about. He just rambling, babbling for no reason, etc. But this does not change the facts. As an atheist, you should have no reason to understand that you can even argue with me, because your thoughts and even my thoughts are all subjective and therefore not trustworthy at all. And obviously, this doesn't make any sense. That the moral subjectivity and reason being subjective and reality being subjective, reality being between just me and you, it doesn't make any sense. Therefore, the fact that we can reason must be because we're given the ability by a God that made us in his image with the ability to rationalize reality. That reality being the one he put forth, and not randomly, but with deep intricacy. And you think this would be simple for an atheist to understand, an atheist who can explain everything, explain the universe literally. So why, after all of this time of explanation, is there still such incredibly smart atheists? So if you agree with me and you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like and subscribe and check out my other videos. You may agree with them, you may disagree with them. Speaking of disagree, if you disagree, go down in the comments, explain why you disagreed. I'm not going to guarantee that I'm going to get to everything. Every one of them is kind of hard to go through YouTube comments. It's a pain, it gets annoying. I'm sorry if it seems like I rushed this. I just don't really think there's a use for this video because there's so many videos out there, so many debates between popular people and stuff like that. I'm just stating what they've stated before, and it's really obvious. It's obvious in general. Even if you're like, oh, he's just copying apologists, it's a theist ideology. It's just statements. It's facts. I mean, really, it's just truth. And atheism doesn't claim truth because you can't. There's no justification behind it. But that's just the idea. Anyways, be respectful in the comments because just like in a normal argument, if you're disrespectful to me, I'm not going to want to listen to you. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry if this was rushed. Go check out my other videos. Like, subscribe. See ya.